one of the wildest countries in Africa, home to the spectacular Victoria Falls. They are fed by the mighty Zambezi River, which divides Zambia from Zimbabwe. It's here on one of the river's most isolated stretches that two friends have planned a weekend fishing trip. Arthur Taylor and Alistair Galati have known each other for over 25 years.
Our kids have grown up together with Alistair. Basically, Alistair's part of the family. He's a very good guy in a crisis and a very good friend.
We've known each other a while, eh? We've spent a lot of time together. We go fishing a lot.
Where do you want the fish, mate? Usual place.
As experienced safari guides, they've lived and worked alongside the Zambezi for most of their lives.
Most important. Good enough. So? I can't wait to get on the water.
Joining them are Arthur's English wife, Faye, and her parents, Clive and Brenda. They're retired teachers visiting from England.
Change your mind yet?
No, I think I'll just stay here and relax and read my book. Go on.
They've both lived in Africa on and off over the years. This is the last chance for all of them to go out on the river together. Tomorrow, Faye and Arthur have to pick up their two children from boarding school. But even though she spent a lot of time in the bush, Brenda isn't keen on the idea of going fishing.
My mum was anxious because she doesn't really like going on the boat. And she would rather have just spent the day in camp.
I'm not going to go if you don't go.
If she doesn't come, the crocs will be safe.
My mum is a pretty strong personality, and you certainly don't mess her around.
You'll have to give me a hand in here.
Because it was the last day of the holiday, she finally agreed to come with us.
Okay, all aboard.
This is one of the river's most remote stretches.
The Zambezi is just a fantastic river. It's amazing, and it is so diverse. The bird life is out of this world. You see animals, bushbuck, buffalo, elephant coming down. And in the water, there's the hippos everywhere, and huge crocodiles. It's just an amazing river, really is.
It was all very relaxed atmosphere. Very carefree, nobody had a worry in the world.
You want to try catch some fish, Brenda?
Oh, no, I'm not good at that.
Come on.
Come on, it's easy.
We passed so many schools of hippos, and they're all lazing around. They just look so peaceful and so placid.
Most of them are in herds or groups, and then you get the few odd single males. As long as you give them a wide berth, the chances are you're not going to have any problem.
Oh, I think I've got something here. Heavy. Oh.
Fishing had been pretty poor that morning, and when Mum caught a fish, it was like, yay, you know. I mean, she's really chuffed.
Well done, Mum.
I think that calls for a spot of celebratory lunch. Right over there, nice bit of shade by those trees.
Sounds good to me.
What's the time?
There was no warning.
Grab my hand. He's coming.
It was just this huge boom, and I was in the water. I think my subconscious was saying, this is it, this is the end. It was only when I actually was pulled back to the surface and gasping for air that suddenly then the reality of what had actually happened hit me.
They've survived the hippo attack, but now they're in even greater peril. They've capsized in one of the most crocodile-infested rivers in the world.
To think about, you know, my bare, dangly legs, it sent a chill through me, thinking that any moment now, one of us would be taken by a crocodile.
Clive Kelly has watched his wife Brenda sucked under the crocodile-infested river. He has no idea if she is alive or dead.
Brenda! Brenda! Where are you?
Although Clive can't hear them, his wife, along with his daughter Faye, her husband Arthur and their best friend Alistair, have all surfaced underneath the boat.
Brenda!
But the group's immediate danger is not crocodiles.
The current was actually so strong in that part of the river that it actually swept us out from underneath the boat.
The Zambezi is famous for its unpredictable and deceptively strong currents. Many people drown in its eddies and whirlpools every year.
The one thing that I thought of was the fact that my children could have been with me and that I would have lost them because they would have been just thrown out of the boat. You know, they would have just been gone.
Brenda had gone swim very well. She was screaming and struggling.
She obviously needed something to hold on to, and she had swallowed a lot of water and was gasping for air and kind of pushed onto me so that she could get her breath back. And I'm like, you know, Mum, you know, you're pushing me down.
Oh, Brenda, I got you. I got you.
It's just so strong, and we were being swept away. It was just incredible that Arthur was there when we needed him. Somehow he managed to keep hold of the two of us.
We were all getting washed down together. We basically hung on to each other. It was very hard to swim against a strong current.
The boat has become snagged in the middle of the river.
Just relax, Brenda, relax.
Clive and Alistair are able to cling on to it while the current drags the others downstream.
Clive and I, we couldn't do much. We sat on the front of the boat and we watched them.
I had no idea where we were going. All I knew was that we were being swept away.
The current was really, really strong and it was just sweeping us down. We were trying to make our way to shallow waters. We knew it was our only hope of survival.
Luckily, the current actually took us towards the middle of the river, which was slightly shallower.
It's a sandbag.
There was a submerged island.
The first thing I did is start vomiting because I swallowed half a Zambezi.
Alistair has seen his friends struggle against the current. He knows Clive would find it virtually impossible to make it to the sandbank.
Clive can hardly swim, so it was difficult because he couldn't say, hey, swim over to the sandbank or do this or do that. We just had to sit down and settle down onto the boat.
Arthur, Faye and Brenda aren't much better off.
When we finally got to where we could stand, it was kind of a relief, but we knew that it was just a temporary relief.
The river is full of crocodiles, and very huge crocodiles that would have no fear of man. And I believe most of those crocodiles in that area just look at you as a food source. So definitely there's a big chance you will be eaten.
From his position on the boat, Alistair assesses the situation. The group's chances of being rescued on this remote stretch of the river are slim. He knows that every year hundreds of people die of crocodile attacks on the Zambezi. As the only single man in the group,
Arthur!
he takes a calculated risk.
I'm going to swim to that bank and get help! Don't risk it up! He's crazy.
It was quite fast water. I started swimming slowly, just I was a bit scared that splashing around the crocs I'd attract crocodiles. I was probably swept down 300-400 meters. I was pretty tired by then. I saw a little inlet up ahead, so I paddled into the inlet.
Out of sight from the others, Alistair finally reaches the safety of the riverbank.
As my feet touched the ground, I looked up. About 10 yards away, there was this crocodile in the water just looking at me. It was scary. I didn't quite know what to do. I think I actually panicked. I decided the best thing to do is try go for the crocodile and maybe chase it. I went under the water just to try to see where the croc was. As I started to go towards the croc, it came for me. It was going for my legs, and I pushed it away with my left hand. Its teeth cut my left hand up a bit, and it disappeared. It just latched straight onto my arm. It was just trying to really tear my arm off.
Alistair is trapped in a death roll, a spinning maneuver used by crocodiles to drown and dismember their prey.
I was getting pretty weak. I thought it was over, I really did. I couldn't see any way of getting out of it.
His right arm trapped in the crocodile's jaws, Alistair thinks of one last thing that might save him.
I took my left arm and tried to get it inside the crocodile's jaw. They've got a flap in the back of the throat, which keeps the water out.
Will's first thoughts of his friends. They've also dived out of the plane. One of them, Manny, seemed in serious trouble.
I removed my shirt and my shoes because I wanted to be able to freely swim over and find Manny. I felt the need to act fast because if Manny was unconscious, then it was important to get to him and keep his head out of the water.
Manny! Manny! Manny!
He wasn't answering me. I didn't see his parachute. I didn't see anything.
Manny! Is there anybody there? Don't worry.
So I swam around toward where I thought he would have landed. I didn't even see a lick of him.
With his friends gone, Will quickly has to face up to his complete isolation.
Hello!
I accepted the fact that I was alone in a pair of shorts in the middle of the ocean. There was nothing. The plane went under. I saw no parachutes, no Jimmy, no Manny, no nothing, except ocean.
Stranded miles out in the Pacific Ocean, Will is overcome with a feeling of complete hopelessness. And he can see no way out.
I couldn't see land. I saw no boats. I didn't think there was any way I was going to last overnight in the ocean. If I'm going to die, why couldn't I have just gone in with the plane instead of have to struggle out here until I drown? If there's a chance at life, I'll fight, you know? But if I'm going to die no matter what, why stretch it out, you know? Give me instant death.
Will knows he's landed in shark-infested waters.
Had remembered what I'd known about sharks being able to smell blood and realizing that I was vulnerable in the middle of the ocean. If they want you, they can find you from very far off.
But he begins to replace his fear of sharks for a feeling that they may actually offer him a quick way out.
You hungry?
I didn't want it to be some long, drawn-out process. Like, who wants a long, drawn-out death?
Come on!
Which is why I decided that being eaten would be a much better option.
Come on! You hungry? Ah! Come and get it, come on!
But the sharks don't come, and Will begins to take stock of his predicament.
If I'd been off the coast of the States, there would be Coast Guard and other boats looking for me within a short period of time, but this was a third world country. So I thought, you know, don't be a spoiled American and think there's going to be a boat coming to get you. You have to survive this or not.
Let's just enjoy the view.
Alone in the ocean, with night fast approaching, Will decides to fight back.
I started to have to make decisions about what exactly I was going to do. I had to do something. I didn't want to expend all my energy treading water when I knew that if I just laid back, I could float. The most important thing out there was retaining calm and not panicking, because panic I knew would kill me. staying calm, and that required a faculty that was born anew in myself that I think I've certainly never experienced before. There's something very pure about the action of trying to live and saying, whatever happens, happens, but I'm going to do my best to try.
The ground coordinator, Tanya Handel, is waiting for the guys to land at the agreed location.
My stomach started to turn when I arrived and there was no skydivers on our drop zone.
Even if they'd landed somewhere else, Milt Burton, the owner of the skydiving school, knows to call her.
Okay, guys, we're all good. Remember, Milt, call me when you land. Blue skies, safe landing. Milt, are you there? Over.
I immediately thought they must have canceled the dive and returned back to the airstrip.
Unable to raise Milt on her mobile phone, Tanya heads back to the airfield.
20 minutes later, there was nothing, no one to be seen at the airstrip.
Out in the ocean, Will has been struggling to stay afloat for 5 hours. His muscles are drawing on emergency reserves of adrenaline. He's beginning to suffer acute exhaustion, and he's in complete darkness.
I could scarcely see my hand in front of my face. It felt like I was in a dark, dark place, a dark world. It was very isolating. I don't think that I've ever felt more vulnerable.
But as he drifts alone in the dark, Will suddenly gets his first ray of hope.
I saw 5 or 6 lights spaced out across the land. I had no idea how far they were. I knew they were lights and therefore human, and I was pretty convinced that was where the land was.
It's the glimmer of hope he's been waiting for, and Will makes for the shore.
I had to go slow, calm, collected, cool. I would do maybe 20 to 30 backstrokes and then stop. It was a great thing I knew where the land was.
Just as safety seems within reach, the undercurrents begin to pull him further out, back to the ocean, and back into the night.
I was exhausted. I was just exhausted. I saw no actual possibility of me getting out of the ocean alive.
Back at the airfield, Tanya is waiting for the plane to return to base. It's been missing for 6 hours, and there's been no sighting of the aircraft.
Tower, any sign of them yet? Over.
She needs to check the plane hasn't diverted to another airstrip before alerting the emergency services.
We were all just praying that they were sitting in some cantina with no cell service and alive. We were just praying that they were alive. We didn't care where, just that they were alive.
Alone in the ocean, his thoughts turn to the people he may never see again.
I thought about family, about friends, people back home, about Jimmy and Manny, certainly. I wondered how they were. Had they survived the initial landing in the ocean, getting out of the airplane, would they be able to survive the night?
On shore, Tanya now realizes that something has gone badly wrong. The skydiving plane has not returned and is missing.
Sí, tenemos que buscarlos. No, listen. Escucha. The plane has not landed.
She knows the plane must have crashed, but the Costa Rican emergency services can't launch a rescue during the night. Visibility is just too poor.
No, not tomorrow. Now, we have to go now.
Panic was going through my head.
I mean, they haven't called me, they always call me.
We didn't know where to even put our energy into looking. Where could they have gone? North, south, up the coast, down the coast, in the mountains, off the coast. We had no idea where to even start to look for them.
Out at sea, Will's been in the ocean for 9 hours. The water temperature has dropped to 45 degrees. He's rapidly losing body heat and dehydrating even further from the effects of swallowing seawater.
As soon as it got to be night, the swells were getting bigger, it was colder, and I was getting more water in my mouth, which I knew eventually over time could be responsible for taking my life.
No search has been mounted, and he's fast running out of hope.
I saw no boats. It was dark. I didn't think there was any way I was going to last overnight in the ocean. No boats, no planes. I'm dead, man. I don't think that I've ever felt more vulnerable. My life, my essence of actually the physical life anyway, was teetering on an edge.
Just when it seems things can get no worse, Will comes under attack from beneath the water.
I realized that I was in a school of jellyfish, and they were stinging me all over my back.
Jellyfish tentacles contain thousands of tiny needle-like filaments that deliver small doses of venom just below the skin.
The pain was excruciating. It was all over my back, my legs, my feet, everywhere. It was extremely painful.
The jellyfish is stinging Will's skin, leaving welts and bleeding sores. The salt water stings him relentlessly.
It was excruciatingly painful. I was crying. I mean, it hurt so badly.
Will desperately tries to escape the jellyfish.
I swam faster to swim out of the school.
But he just keeps swimming into yet another school.
I was, taken aback by the amount of times I was stung by the jellyfish. My God, how much worse can this get?
Come on!
It was excruciating.
The relentless stinging causes Will's mind to wander. What else is in the water, waiting to attack him?
Sharks hunt at night, and do I splash around until a shark comes and eats me? It seemed a horror. It seemed...
And then his worst fears become real. There is something in the water, and it's heading straight for him.
And I saw something floating in the water. And be it shock, I don't know, but I thought, oh, it's Crocodile.